Over the years, our world creates amazing tools and resources, putting useful information at our fingertips. The modern world has multifunctional devices with all the revolution inventions are upgraded. That makes our life easier, faster, better, and fun. The world is open for everything. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now, it is the time to understand more the top 10 inventions that change the world. This is me again. Welcome. So today I am going to discuss about the top 10 inventions that change the world. Yes, and this is a midterm examination video. So I hope you like it. But before anything else, I would like to introduce myself first. I am RG Dehesta and I am taking Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Section B. So, let's go! There is so many inventions and 20th century or the late 20th century. But my top 10 inventions that I so much admire until this day is paper. Paper. Do you know where did paper comes from? How is it made? Well, paper comes from the word papyrus. Egyptians invented paper. But about 2,000 years ago, the inventors in China took communication to the next level. From crafting cloth shades, from papyrus, from stones, the paper was upgraded. And yes, the paper as we know it today was born. The first upgraded paper was first made in Linyang, China by Chai Lun, a Chinese court official. Imagine, you can now write your name in tree or stone. You can now directly print it in paper. There's so many kinds of paper now. There's a colored paper, filter paper, and many more. Paper is a versatile material with many uses, such as printing, packaging, decorating, writing, and more. So my top 9 inventions that actually changed the world even up this day. This is also I so much admire invention during this time because it is very useful as today. So the next one is television. Are you familiar with this variety show? Are you familiar with this drama series? Or even are you familiar with this comedy entertainment? If yes, then you are loving watching televisions. Then what is television actually comes from? So the world's first television station first started appearing in America in the late 1920s and early 1936s. The first mechanical TV station was called W3XK and was created by Charles Francis Jenkins. TV station aired its first broadcast in July 2, 1928. Did you remember or so that before television is a fairly simple concept and a device that delivered limited selection of channels? Then you could gain a few more if you paid for cable, but the color of the displayed picture is black and white. But today, televisions have more style, brands, and options. The picture quality is clear and light. We have different style of televisions, like flat screen, touchscreen television, or even sunglasses television. Now, the world television offer high definition on HD TV. 40 TV refers to any display format with horizontal resolutions of approximately 4,000 pixels. Organic light, emitting diode, or OLED TV to achieve impressive effects and many more. So my top 8 inventions that changed the world even up this day. Then I also love this inventions because it is very also useful today, especially students, teachers, and office. So this is a printing press. Printing press. No one knows when the first printing press was invented or who invented it, but the oldest known printing text originated in China, and the owner of the inventor is Johannes Gutenberg. He began experimenting with printing press and stopboard brands in 1440. Printing press is a device that allows for the mass production of uniform printed matter, mainly in text, in the forms of books and newspaper. As for now, printing press changes better with paper fed, improvements in paper plates and paper, automatic paper rails, and photoelectric control of color register. My top 7 invention that changed the world even up this day is fire. Did you ever imagine that sometimes fire is not a natural resource that made it by God? Or are you still curious what fire comes from? Well, in the scientific explanation, the history of the oldest fire recorded in Earth has been identified from charcoal and rocks that formed during the late Sumerian period, around 400 million years ago. We all know that fire is the most important forces in our world, the universe rather. It has played an important role throughout all of human history. But exactly, who invented it? How was fire discovered? And what is the contribution of fire that changed our world? According to the Greek methodology, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans. Many Native American culture believe in animals such as wolf, woodpecker, coyote brought fire to people after stealing it from an evil being. There are even different scientific theories about when humans first controlled fire. Scientific states that chemical reaction of oxygen and a fuel source we know as fire. Experts believe that ancestors controlled fire over 1 million years ago. Throughout the history, fires have led to drastic anger and population patterns and turns the World War events. Fire now uses for cooking, heating, and many more. We are done with fire, my top 7 inventions that changed the world. So the next one, my top 6 inventions that changed the world is the smartphones. Number 6, smartphone. Are you familiar with this brand of cell phone? If yes, then you love collecting gadgets. In 1992, IBM rebuilt a revolutionary device that had more capabilities than its preceding cell phones. This prototype smartphone was known as the Simon Personal Communicator, but it wouldn't see its way to consumers until 1994. The modern smartphone has taken a long 26-year journey to reach us in 2018, and it changed a lot along the way. It's an evolution that's taken the market by storm. In fact, 77% of Americans own a cell phone of some kind. The history and evolutions of the smartphone is important to understand because it gives us a glimpse of where we've come from and of what's coming. That goes for improvements in technology as well as consumer trends. My top 5 inventions that changed the world is the computer. Number 5, computer. Do you know before that our ancestors uses fingers and toes for counting numbering system and uses sticks and stones for markers? And later on, they developed abacus for calculating. In Roman Empire, they uses abacus, the first machine for calculating. In 1948, EDVAC or Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer was discovered. It is a first computer electronic designed to incorporate a program stored entirely within its memory. A first computer to use magnetic tape for storing programs. But today, we use upgraded technological computer for work, study, transportation, and business. So we are done with the top 5 inventions. So the next one is top 4 invention that changed the world. So did you ever sing Hello by Adele? Or do you know this line of the song that sorry I can't hear you that I can't obey say I can't obey say? If yes, then you know what is telephone. So the next one, the top 4 invention that changed the world is the telephone.
I can't hear you, Rose.
That's funny. I can hear you plainly.
Isn't this great? Here I am in New York, and there you are in St. Louis, and it's just like you're in the next room.
What was that?
I said it's just like you're in the next room.
In 1870s, two well-known inventors both independently designed devices that could transmit sounds along electrical cables. Those inventors were Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray. In 1874, Alexander Graham Bell discovered the principal concept of the telephone, and it was 1876 by Elisha Gray. Bell invented the first telephone. The invention of the telephone provided an important device for facilitating human communication. By the use of the invention of the telephone, provided an important device for facilitating human communication. Through the use of the telephone, people could have equally meaningful conversation at a distance, all the while perceiving reciprocity. The next one, the top 3 invention that changed the world is the compass. Number 3, compass. A compass is a device that indicates direction. It is one of the most important instruments for navigation. Scientists and historians don't know when the principle behind magnetic compass were discovered. Ancient Greeks understood magnetism as early as 2,000 years ago. Magnetic compasses come in many forms. The most basic are portable compasses for use on casual likes, have additional features such as magnifiers for use with maps. Compasses contributed a big fold changes of the world. It is a navigational instrument for determining direction relative to the Earth's magnetic poles. Consists of a magnetized pointer free to align itself with Earth's magnetic field. the compass greatly improved the safety and efficiency of travel, especially mountain travel. And with a compass, so the top two invention that changed the world is the clock. Number 2, clock. In this modern world, clock is very useful to us, most especially in work. But who invented the clock? And how does the clock changes the world? According to historical records and archaeological finds, the first timekeeping devices known was developed by the ancient Egyptians. An Egyptian called it a shadow clock. They were able to divide the day into 12-hour periods and use some of their enormous obelisks to track the movement of the sun. In 1600s, clock entered into age of decoration. They changed very little in the mechanical serve, but their high production cost attracted the attention of wealthy people, nobility and royalty all across the Europe. In 2000, the electric clock became widespread and turned into atomic watches. The atomic watches define seconds as an exact number of oscillations of cesium atom. And these digital watches become ever present. The clock is one of the most important invention devices in civilization because everything we know today is dependent on time. So we are done in the top 2 inventions that changed the world. So this is the last and the most trending topic today. And it is also the top 1. The top 1 or my top 1 invention that changed the world, most especially today, the vaccination. Number 1, the vaccine. Today's generation, medicine and vaccination are the most important things we should have in order to avoid COVID-19 virus. But who invented the vaccine? And how does the vaccine changes the world today? Okay, let me explain. The practice of immunization dates back 100 years ago. Buddhist monks drank snake venom to confer immunity to snake bite and violation. Edward Jenner is considered the founder of vaccinology and the nest in 1796 after he encountered a 13-year-old boy with vaccinia virus and demonstrated immunity to smallpox. In 1798, the first smallpox vaccine was developed. And today's vaccine was very important and helps to save the lives of many. The COVID-19 vaccine development intended to provide acquired immunity against severe acute respiratory syndromes, coronavirus. This day, the vaccines offer life-saving protection against a disease that has killed millions of people. The pandemic is far from over and they are our best bet of staying safe. Thank you so much for watching my top 10 inventions that changed the world. So thank you so much, Mom. Thank you so much for considering us to have a midterm examination rather than taking tests. It's so hard. I like video making. Thank you. Bye-bye.